Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to TenPaths Tarot. My name is Everett, and Spirit has given us 10 cards today. We started out by asking Spirit to give us the theme for this reading. And the theme was harmony among the people we know and how we play a role in that. So we're wanting to cooperate with other people. We also want our viewpoint to be heard, but we are willing to listen to theirs as well and strike some kind of a balance, some kind of an agreement. So let's see what happens. I first shuffled my favorite deck, Mystical Tarot, and Spirit would not give me any cards. Then I shuffled Tarot at the End of the Rainbow. Spirit would not give me any cards. Spirit said Aquarius is a creative being that thinks outside of the box, and I want you to use Chrysalis Tarot. So that's what we used. And I'm not familiar with this, but the images are beautiful. The first card we have up is that wanting to strike an agreement. We have the Lion and the Lamb. And the thing is with this, I see Aquarius as being that lion, the one with the strength. And someone is depending on them. It could be a group, it could be one person. Someone is depending on them. There's been a relationship here, is what I'm seeing. And so that goes with this, the wanting to make an agreement, to see eye to eye with someone and strike an agreement. To reach peace, to reach a state of peace where both sides benefit. But right now, there's a feeling of being more than 9 of stones, which relates to pentacles in other decks of cards. But you see here, they have built something, but they're not sure what they built is worth anything. And they're thinking about striking out in a different direction. Maybe somewhere else things would be more promising. That's what's going on in their mind. Or a different direction would be more promising. But there they are alone, and this is talking about the need to cooperate with others who you know. And then the next card is the 2 of Scrolls. And the scrolls represent our thoughts, what we record in our brains, and how we interpret the world. And one scroll, the bottom scroll, is very empty. There's not much on it. But the top scroll has all of these fanciful ideas. If only the world were like this, or I was like this, we could do this and this and this. And so what we need with the 2 of Scrolls is some kind of balance. I don't know that either or in this case is realistic. And next we have the Knight of Stones, the illusionist. Now, an illusionist is making it seem as though something is there that isn't, or that things are a certain way that they aren't. So maybe these dreams may be a little fanciful, and maybe that is causing a disturbance, and so there has to be some kind of an agreement as to how things will proceed. underneath the lion and the lamb is the moon. And we can see the person on an island and they feel very alone and they're reaching up to spirit and saying, get me off of this island. I feel trapped. And spirit is saying, I will guide you through the unknown. I will find a way to get you moving again, but you have to trust me. And you can see the moon, spirit is wrapping its points around the island, saying, I will help you. And then we have the 10 of Scrolls and another feeling somewhat trapped. This person doesn't look panicked, but they feel somewhat trapped, somewhat stuck. They're on their own little island created by their thoughts. Their thoughts are creating a cage from which they think they cannot escape. Of course, this tiger could simply step out. Stepping out into that jungle is going to create a whole new set of problems. But the first step would just be to step out. Take one step. And then we have the 8 of Mirrors, with mirrors representing emotion. And this person is stepping out, but he's thinking he has to do it all by himself. He's going to be like a hermit. And he is going to do it all by himself. Nobody wants to help him. But all of that love is being reflected toward him. So there is love there. There is love from others there. But you may have to acknowledge that love in order to get the help. That may be where the treaty, where the agreement comes into play. The desire for peace. So if you just say, well, this is what I'm thinking and I'm off, you may, all of that love, it'll still be there, but it may be some way in the distance with time. And we don't want that. We want you to keep the love you have around you. Next we have under the illusionist. Again, the illusionist tries to make others to see what is not there. So the illusionist may be putting on a front, trying to stay brave appearing in the face of this feeling of isolation. But they may feel afraid. They may be afraid that love as represented by that dove, will fly away from them. I don't think that's going to happen, judging from this card. All of that love is focused toward you. But then under the illusionist, we have Merlin. And he is the magician. Now, Merlin is a little playful, a whimsical character. So, does he have the ability to make dreams come true? Or are all of his dreams too fanciful? Or again, does he want to make others see something that could be but isn't there? And so this is very confusing. At least I think it is. I see someone who is strong, who currently feels isolated and trapped in their current life. They are loved. They're starting to let their imaginations run wild a bit and think that might be the way to go to the other extreme of my life, my hemmed in life, to one of total freedom and abandon and magic. Not totally realistic. So I asked Spirit to please clarify then what is needed. What does Aquarius need in order to overcome this feeling of being trapped? And the card that came out was growth. So growth is just doing something new. You don't have to abandon everything. A tree is rooted in place, but it continues to expand. And so you might just want to stick a root out into some fresh earth. Try doing something different, breaking up the routine a little bit. It doesn't have to be either or. You need growth, and that will lead you out of this feeling of being a tiger trapped, or a person trapped on an island. It's a beautiful island, but they want off. So you may not have to abandon all that has nurtured you. You may just have to start expanding your own world a little at a time. For instance, the tree does not grow overnight. It takes a long time for a tree to grow, and a lot of different nutrients. And now we know a lot of different associations with other plants. And those associations, once they're built, can't just be destroyed, because the tree will suffer for it. And those who study plants know what I'm talking about. Plants form friendships and alliances, and they depend on those for growth. And the larger the plant, the more established, the more years it's lived, the more associations it builds. And so that is the message today. Begin to grow in small ways, and those small ways will develop into a bigger and bigger canopy. So that magic is when that canopy is full of leaves from little bits of growth. So I hope that has helped you today, Aquarius. I hope to see you again, and I enjoyed being here with you.